Good morning. Welcome back to another devlog. This is devlog 2, and today we'll be showcasing you some pretty exciting things I've worked on over this week. Development's been moving along smoothly as the foundation of the game progresses to expand and cover new highs. I will go over the points I will showcase today in particular. Firstly, jobs are now generated for players to complete. All players will have different jobs and are assigned to them when they load in the game. The jobs can be found by going to http://jobs.com. Speaking of websites, by the way, when a web page is no longer found by the Apache D process, it is given a by default 404 page. Back to the jobs though. Whenever a job is completed, a new one will be assigned to the player, so you will never run out of ways to make money. Internal IP routing has been added, which means that multiple computers can sit behind the same router and talk with each other. On the last note, players can get into a network through the port forwarding on a router. The router will forward any connections for a specific port to the internal IP address found in its rule. The last 2 points are all that is needed to generate a new network with a lot of machines attached to it. So that's exactly what we did. When working NPCs become a thing, I will start to add files and small Easter eggs to their machines so that people can find things on them and make them feel a lot more lifelike. Moving on from that, another big feature has been shelled out, and that is reverse callbacks. A new command cb or configure binary is used to write a configuration file to an executable. When the executable runs, it will parse its file contents and read the configuration. This allows the executable to be portable and run with the same settings on any machine. So for our reverse callback, we set the callback parameter to our IP address and the port parameter to our callback port. In this case, it will be 1337. When this program is executed, it will attempt to connect to our machine on port 1337 once every 10 minutes before it kills its own process. When a connection is made, our machine will receive a handle to their command line, which we can use to run remote commands. Let's talk about what we will be receiving the callback with. Remus is a listener that waits for a connection on port 1337 by default. Upon receiving a connection, it will notify the player of the new connection. From this point, the players can use the run command to run remote commands, giving the player full control of their victim. If you want to switch connections, you can disconnect from your current session with the close command, and Remus will start listening again on port 1337 for another callback. Here's an example. Lastly, exploitation has been implemented into the game. Our first exploit is called Slipshell. It is an SSH exploit that will currently give you access to any machine running SSH. When the exploit window pops up, it will show a waterfall of ones and zeros with instructions in the top left and how many of the correct pattern need to be selected in the top right. After a few seconds, the instructions will disappear and you have a time limit. If you fail this puzzle, you will not be given the shell. If you pass it, your reverse callback is uploaded to the victim machine and ran. If the player is running a Remus, they will have gained access to the victim machine. To end off this video, we're going to be doing a quick demonstration of how to use an exploit to complete a job. Welcome to the demonstration. I'm going to be demonstrating to you how to use an exploit to complete a job. So first we can go to the jobs website. As you can see, it's jobs.com. This is our first job. It wants us to get into this IP address right here and get the root password. Simple enough, right? Now, as you can see, there are no credentials that were given to us. So that kind of just means that there's really no way in, at least legitimately. So what we're gonna do is blow up their front door instead of just using a key to get in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy down that password, open up a new terminal. I'm just gonna close this too. And I need to write my configuration file for my reverse callback because right now, if I were to look in bin repcon, it's just nothing, it's just binary, right? That's just a filler word binary. It's not like actually anything, like it's not like filtering something, it's just binary, it's a text. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to echo callback and then our IP port 137 into root conf.txt. Cool. Make sure that wrote properly, and it did. Awesome. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do callback, then repcon root conf.txt. As you see, that was written to it. What this will do is it'll populate the content of refcon instead of being in binary. It's just going to be like a bunch of other stuff, but the configuration file was written into this, and that's kind of like the whole point. Alright, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to title this window listener. Alright, and then we're going to start reading this. And now what we're going to do Alright, this new window, I'm going to title it exploit. I'm going to slip shell our IP address, and then hit enter, and that'll open up our exploit window session. Pick all ones, easy enough, right? We're going to pick all the ones. Boom, hack complete. We got our callback from the other IP address. Now what we're going to do is to get the password right. Passwords are stored in Etsy Shadow, so I'm going to do run get Etsy Shadow. Boom, these are a bunch of passwords. I'm going to create a file in home John stuff. I'm going to open that up. Boom, this is an empty text file. I'm going to copy all this stuff in here. I'm going to remove the usernames and the colon. We're going to do shadow crack, home John stuff. Got a little confused there. And boom, there we go. Those are the password hashes. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the browser, go to our job right here, copy the root password, paste, boom. And that is the demonstration of how to use the exploit to complete a job. I hope the demonstration sells you on the general idea of what this game will be about. About a month of development has led to this point, building the bones of the game so we can enjoy that short demonstration of how the gameplay loop will run. All the players will be able to sling exploits, but what separates the good players from the bad players is who gets caught. Just like I said in the last video, this game is a sandbox where players are released into the wild to discover what they are capable of in a fake world that resembles something real. There will be more to come soon. This was a very juicy devlog because of the elements added this week. Thank you all for your support, and I hope you all look forward to what I have to show you next week.